Hey everyone, Aaron here with Elite Watersports, hanging out at the event site for 2023 AWSI with Ewan Jaspan. And Ewan Jaspan has recreated some of the kites for NAISH. He's been involved heavily with all the different developments of boards, kites, bars, everything for NAISH for several years now, 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So yeah, I've been obviously a team rider for NAISH since I was 13. So
Wow.
16 years now at NAISH. And over the last 5 years or so, I've kind of, I guess, forced myself into the development stuff through interest in, making better gear.
Right.
Especially as a team rider, you're always wanting the best gear. And
well, 16 years with the company, you get to actually see all of the development and where each kite goes.
Yeah.
And you put your little bit of DNA in there.
For sure, yeah.
And that's why we're starting to see some really awesome kites and development of them. They've always been freaking awesome. You guys have always been right on the edge of the leading edge,
Yeah.
And the Boxer today is what we're going to go over. You've had your little tweaks to it, finish it off for 2024.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what's different about the Boxer?
Yeah, so we started off with like a progressive panel count throughout the kites. Before, every kite in the lineup from 2.8 all the way to 16 meter had 12 panels.
Yeah.
So it's a huge size range, and they all had 12 panels, which, worked great, but you can optimize that throughout the size. For a 2.8, you don't need more panels than that. You can actually go less. So we've lowered the panel count to make, a lighter 2.8 meter. Then we go up to the 16. We have upped it to 16 panels on the 16 meter, just to give a little bit more of a smooth arc. You've got such a long leading edge in a 16 meter that you want a few more segments to keep it stiff, to keep it smooth. And then through the the 6 till the 10, we've got 14 panels.
Gotcha. So you've evolved the kite depending on the size, and whatnot. And so what we've been doing with the Boxers we've been doing a lot of beginner lessons, really light riders, but we also have a demo fleet for foilers too, right? So it's made for everybody. But I gotta really hit home that it's been super successful for our kids. And additionally advanced riding on the foil. So it's really hitting on everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's for kids and stuff. Obviously they're riding a smaller kite than a full-grown adult would in the same wind, but a lot of kites, if you put a kid on a 5 meter kite in 15 knots, most 5 meter kites, there's not a whole lot of canopy compared to the leading edge, the struts, the bridle and all that. But with the Boxer, a 5 meter kite in 15 knots, it flies so well. It's so easy to use. This year we've got the Swift tip on the kite, which saves a lot of weight through the wingtip, so it flies really nicely. We've got whip out the Swift tip here. So you can see the only Dacron on the whole tip. We used to have Dacron running all the way up here, which is about 3 or 4 times heavier than the canopy material. But with our Quadtex canopy material, super stiff, super strong, long lasting, we were able to remove all this Dacron and just keep it here to sandwich in the back line.
These are definitely the longest lasting kites in our fleet, our lessons fleet and also demo fleet. So we're really super stoked about that durability.
So we're stoked about the Quadtex material. Everyone says the same. The NAISH kites just last longer than anything.
Right.
And we've also got the new bridle lines, the TLS 500 flying lines. So super thin on the back lines and the bridle here. You can see the bridle's also made of the TLS 500. What this does is it's more aerodynamic through the sky, so for light wind, flies a lot nicer. And then for water relaunch, it's something you really notice. The backline connector here, it will break through the water tension a lot easier. So that last bit of relaunch where you need to get the kite to unstick, this really helps.
Well, the word on the street from the OGs is that, kites can only get so good, and nothing's really changing about that. I call, that's BS, right?
Yeah.
Because every year you are tweaking them.
Oh, for sure.
Better.
And it's
stronger, better, lighter, everything.
Yeah, and we're on it all year long trying to think of improvements. So, it's obviously the kites are going to get better every year. We might not be in the development stage of early 2000s, going from sea kites to bow kites kind of thing, but for sure every year the kites are getting better. We're honing in, materials are getting better, all that kind of stuff. And as materials get better, like the Quadtex, it helps you evolve and change the design because you've got stronger and lighter materials.
Right. So I urge you guys that think outside the box. If you are a foiler and you want to get into something that's not going to hold you back, try the Boxer out. We always have a demo fleet at the shop and on the beach. here in St. Petersburg, right? We also want you to think outside the box that like you adding this to your foil, and if you have a kid, it's a great kite for them also. So come check them out. Thank you for your time.
Cheers.
All right, and we'll hit you on the water.